is our presentation on the Activity Card Sort Assessment by Bernard, Jennifer, Joshua, Janelle, and Rogelio.
The activity card sort, known as ACS, measures an individual's occupational performance. It is used by occupational therapists to help clients describe their social, instrumental, and leisure activities. The ACS is useful for initial assessments, goal setting, and intervention planning. ACS is a participation assessment that will allow the therapist to gain insight into what intervention they want to plan for the client. The activity card sort is administered by having the client view one photograph at a time of an individual performing that specific activity. Then, with the help of the occupational therapist, the client will sort these photographs into piles that states very important to me to not important to me. Once the client has gone through all of the cards, the occupational therapist groups the very important to me cards together based on the client's interests and routines. Then the therapist will support the clients to identify the 5 most important activities from the list. From the top 5, the occupational therapist will help categorize them into top 3 and facilitate goals and intervention planning around these top 3 activities.
The activity card sort features 2 international classification of functioning, disability, and health domains, which are activity and participation. The activity card sort 2nd edition has 3 versions. Each version has the same set of photographs but uses different sorting strategies. The versions available include the community living version for community dwelling older adults, the institutional version for older adults in a hospital, skilled nursing, or rehabilitation hospital, and the recovery version for older adults recovering from an injury or disease. The activity card sort measures the full range of activities that adults may engage in and features 20 instrumental activities, 35 low physical demand leisure activities, 17 high physical demand leisure activities, and 17 social activities. It also reflects the client's level of engagement with each activity and whether or not that activity has been discontinued, guiding the clinician to find out why. It is recommended to read the manual so that the activity card sort is properly understood, administered, and scored. The amount of time it takes to administer the activity card sort is approximately between 30 to 60 minutes. Keep in mind that the time varies depending on the version being administered. The cost for the assessment may vary. American Occupational Therapy Association members may purchase this assessment for $99. However, if you are not a member, the price is $140. To learn more about the activity card sort, its administration, and application, please enroll in the Enhanced Medical Rehabilitation EMR Continuing Education course located in the American Occupational Therapy Association website. The original activity card sort has been modified to suit populations in Hong Kong, Israel, Puerto Rico, Korea, Singapore, Australia, the United Kingdom, and North America. Other languages also include Hebrew, Spanish, Korean, Chinese, and Dutch.
The target population for the activity card sort is adults and elderly adults ages 18 or older. It can also be used for patients with conditions such as brain injuries, cancer rehabilitation, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, stroke, and spinal cord injury. When considering the psychometric properties of the activity card sort, we looked at reliability and validity. Internal consistency was measured using Cronbach's alpha, and test-retest reliability was indicated using the intra-class correlation coefficient, or ICC. Within 3 studies that looked at patients with cancer, stroke, and multiple sclerosis, the activity card sort was found to have excellent internal consistency and test-retest reliability, as denoted by the values on the slide. Cronbach's alpha for internal consistency was between 0.77 and 0.89, while the ICC for test-retest was between 0.82 and 0.98. However, no studies have examined the intra-rater or inter-rater reliability of the activity card sort. Now looking at validity, concurrent validity was shown to be excellent. Content validity was established because the activity card sort was developed in consultation with two groups of older adults. Construct validity was examined by comparing different adult and older adult groups. The activity card sort is valid in differentiating among groups.
So now we have a case study. Meet Kevin. He is a 30-year-old male who was in a motor vehicle accident 1 month ago. He was seen in an inpatient hospital for 4 days post-spinal surgery. He was then transferred to acute care where he was referred to occupational therapy to improve his occupational performance. Prior to this incident, he was working as a supervisor for the Jelly Belly factory. He currently lives with his wife and has a dog. When completing his occupational profile, he stated that in his free time he likes to exercise, spend time with friends and family, and has a green thumb. Through the use of the activity card sort, the OT will collaborate with Kevin to determine goals and interventions to work on during his stay in rehab.
Now let's watch a demonstration on how to administer the activity card sort. Hello Kevin, my name is Janelle. I'm your occupational therapist today. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. I understand that you were in a motor vehicle accident about a month ago and that you're still having troubles participating in some of your daily life activities. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so today I actually have an activity for you called the activity card sort, and it's just so that I can get an idea of things that you participate in and things that are important to you, so that we have some goals that we can reach by the end of your rehab sessions with me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is show you some cards, and they have descriptions on them, and I want you to sort them as very important to you or not as important to you, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions before we get started?
Nope. Sounds pretty straightforward.
Alright. Okay, so the first one is spending time with spouse, friends, or family.
Yeah, that's pretty important to me.
Put that right over there. Yeah. Taking care of the house or yard.
Yeah, I like doing that. I've been told I have some green thumbs.
Nice. So paid or volunteer work.
Yeah, that's pretty important. I actually work at the Jelly Belly factory down the road.
Oh, nice. Okay, so outdoor activities.
No, not so much. I don't really do too much outdoors.
Got it. Exercise and recreation.
Oh yeah, I like to exercise a lot and actually dance on the side to work out.
That's cool. Okay, going to a place of worship.
No, not as important to me.
Having a pet.
Definitely consider my dog family.
Okay. Traveling.
I don't like to travel too much. I'm more of a homebody.
I understand. Cooking or baking.
My wife does most of the cooking, so not very important for me.
Going to sporting events.
Not too fond of sports, to be honest. I don't really keep up with any of that stuff.
Going dancing or hearing music.
Like I said before, I freaking love dancing, man.
Okay. Going to the casino or going to bingo.
Nah, I don't get baited like that. I try to save my money.
I understand. Going to the beauty or barbershop.
Oh, for sure. Trying to stay fresh. Gotta look good. So I'm the supervisor, you know?
Yeah. Going to the theater.
I don't really, again, don't go out much. Try to watch everything at home once it comes out.
Going to restaurants.
Yeah, I love eating out, trying new things, new foods.
And the last one is going shopping.
Not very important. My wife does that too.
Okay, so I'm going to set these aside, and now we're going to sort the very important activities into piles, depending on if they're related to another, just so we can hone in on main activities to create your goals from, okay?
Alright.
So let me spread these out just so we can take a look at them. Okay, so for example, what I meant was like having a pet. I'm sure you said you considered it to be part of your family, so what do you think about spending time with spouse, friends, and family with having a pet?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we can put together.
So then, like, since I like to work or dance for exercise as well, those can go together, yeah?
Yeah, let's put
Alright.
those together. You mentioned going to the barbershop to look a pet for your job, correct?
Yeah.
So let's put those two together.
Okay.
And then going to restaurants, you typically go with your family and friends, I assume?
Yeah, I typically go with someone. I'm not usually by myself when I go.
Okay, so we can put those together, and I think that lessens the amount of files we have there. So out of these four, which would be your most three important?
First one, family for sure.
Okay.
My dog and everything. And then exercise and recreation, because trying to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And then probably my job, because I need my job to take care of my family.
Yeah. I'll put this to the side. So the goals we'll create will be based off these main three activities, which was basically spending time with your spouse, friends, and family, which included having a pet and going to restaurants. The other one was your job as a supervisor at a factory, and that also included going to the barber shop to stay upkept, and exercise and recreation, which also included dancing because you love music and dance.
Yep.
That all sounds good?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to create some goals based off of these. Do you have any other questions before we continue?
No.
Okay. Okay, so that concludes the activity card sort assessment, and now we'll move on to those goals.
All right.
Now it's time for some discussion questions. Question number 1. Based off of the results seen in the video, what goals would you create for this client? Question number 2. Although this assessment was designed for adults, would you want to modify it and use this for children? If so, how would you modify it and why? Question number 3. Would you prefer to use the version of the activity card sort that uses a retained activity score? Why or why not? And lastly, if you were to create your own version of the ACS, what would you change or alter? Be creative. Here are references.
Thank you so much for watching our presentation. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please bring them to class on Thursday.